Hey traders, this is February the 6th and this is the S&P 500 futures trade recap for today. I took 2 trades and I wouldn't say today was the most trade-worthy day. There was a lot of slow action in relative to the price action and volatility in the past couple weeks. So I was extra cautious today. However, I wouldn't say I traded well today in terms of execution. I was slightly profitable, but nothing to cry home about. But I wanted to focus more on trade execution with this trade recap and what I could have done better. So this morning I see the market chopping around. It trended down and it was approaching the overnight low. I believe the overnight low was around the 24s, and the low of day yesterday was in the 22s. So this is just a recording of my first trade. I don't have a playback screenshot from my software bookmap here. However, I did record my trades. So I was looking for the short here. It was consolidating. I see offers coming through at the top here, and I'm waiting to see what price is looking to do. So I see heavy bids down here at 2 price levels, and then also the 4 or 5 heavier offers coming through. So it's chopping around, and I'm looking to get short here. So I see some pulls in the bids here. And I'm waiting for it to pull back and for the price to drop. So let me just slide this forward here and you'll see how I executed. So I'm waiting for a slight pullback for a couple more ticks here. So it's chopping around, and I was looking for the pullback, which you get here. However, I didn't execute right away, and that's kind of like the first mistake or error in my books, that I didn't execute when I said I would. In my mind, of course, I'm thinking, oh yeah, so I would, but I'm watching order flow and I'm watching the price action and the bids and offers jumping around, and sometimes you're not quick enough. So I missed that pullback. In terms of the trade, it wasn't a huge deal, but when you're trying to focus on the proper and the best execution, that does matter. So keep pulling forward here, and I see all those bids just light up. See how all those, not bids, those offers just light up one after another. So there are sellers interested there as it's breaking lower. So that bid pulls, and I'm short. It's bouncing around. I'm short 1 contract. So as you can see, if I did take the short up here, I would have been what, 1, 2, 3 or 4 more ticks better off. But I took the risk of, price risk, in the sense that I was waiting for more information to come through, and I saw these heavy bids and I jumped on it. But by the time that came through, you could see the price I executed at was about 2-3 ticks lower. So it's a trade-off. I wouldn't say it's a terrible thing. It's just when you have a plan, you just want to ensure that you are executing to your plan. You're following it. Because in this case it would have worked out a little bit better for me, but not a huge problem. So it pushes down, all the bids pull, more sellers come through, as you can see there. You see all those offers coming through. I'll pull it back. Okay, and price continues to drop. So at this point already, I've already scaled out 1 contract. And it drops and it pulls back a bit. I'm looking for my second target. Place my second target. and then it just goes straight up. In the past, when I've seen that, it usually signifies there's a huge reversal. So I'm basically at this point looking to get out, flatten a trade prior to hitting my stop. So I never reached my target. And you see me flatten out the trade right two ticks before my stop here. So small trade. I didn't lose money due to my scale up. However, you know, what I realized after was that this was the low of prior day in the retail session. So I really should have placed my second target 2 ticks or 1 or 2 ticks above the prior low of day, just to get out, because a lot of times you know, it's gonna collide and price action may turn around at that point. So that was kind of my mistake, not being able to see prior price levels before and act accordingly. So that was the first trade. Okay, so this is my second trade, and I was, so price, you can see here, back here, price, this is where I got out for my first trade. You know, price shot up here. So it's consolidating, it pulls back, consolidating. I'm trying to find a good place to get in. Initially I thought it would see all this chop here. So it popped up above that, and I'm waiting for it to pull back to this point. So you see me put my limit order to buy here for continuation up, looking for that pullback. And then of course if it pulls back here and it holds, I'm gonna enter another contract. So that was my plan. So let's see what actually happened here. So you see price jostling around, and it never really goes down to my price level. And I guess I started getting FOMO, and that's an error. You should never execute a trade because you're, you know, scared that it's going to be, you know, taking off without you. So I see all these bids at this point. See all these bids light up here. So I'm thinking, okay, this trade is not going to pull back to where I want it to, and it's going to take off without me. So I wanted to get in. No, on that trade. So I was up 15 ticks, nothing to cry home about. However, you know, it was just, you know, I may have got a few more ticks here and there, but you know, when you keep doing that over and over again and you're not executing, and you're executing off you know, the fear of missing out, then you know, those ticks count, and you're increasing your risk as well. because your stops are farther away from your entries now as you're chasing the trades. So it's important that I think just looking back at these two trades that I took today to ensure that you're not chasing the trade, you're letting the trade come back. Trades will always be there the next day. We don't make anything today, so I wasn't in the red today. However, I think the important part is to understand that I'm not executing to the plan that I say I'm executing. I will execute to, and that's the important thing. So hopefully this trade recap was a little bit helpful for anyone. Shoot me any questions you have in the comments below. Give me a like if you think these videos are of value to you and informative. Hopefully you can subscribe as well. I'll talk to you later.